What's going on, everybody? Isaac Parks, also known as Isaac Punts. Today, we're doing a little something different. Banana ball tutorial. Okay, I haven't done a tutorial in a while on this channel. I figured I'd do it because maybe some people want to know how to hit this wacky, zany, crazy punt. It's not that hard. In fact, I think it's the easiest punt to hit. So today we're gonna be looking at it and I'm gonna show you a couple of different styles, ways to hit it. Christ, so these are the conditions you want. It's a little windy, right? The wind right now is kind of going over my left shoulder, fading back to the right. This is a great time to hit a spiral, but if you kind of get close to the opposing team territory, you feel like your spiral is going to be a touchback, you might want something a little different. And sometimes hitting just a regular drop punt, you'll get the, bounce forward that you don't want. So a great solution to this, and I'm going to be aiming for everything to bounce into that net down yonder, kind of where all my stuff is. Great solution for this is the banana ball. So first things first, what is the banana ball? It looks a little something like this. Gotta get a little further downfield on that one. But essentially, you kind of see the way it hooks and comes off the side of your foot like a shank. This sort of breeze is gonna push it way further. You're almost always gonna get returners going Peter, Peter, Peter. We don't wanna touch it, okay? It's becoming very popular, and the reason it's becoming so popular is because it's extremely easy to hit. All you wanna do, right, is hold the ball sideways like so. What that does is kind of creates this angle where you're gonna kick sort of through this lace. My target is I'm looking right here, and I'll either hold it like purely sideways like this, or maybe turn it in just a little bit to get more of a drive on it. So you hold it right here and you're just trying to swing through this lace. If I'm looking at a field like this, I know that if I kick straight down the middle of the field, I'm gonna get a pretty sharp hook. So if you kick middle, it should land outside the numbers on the right. We don't have numbers, so you're just gonna have to bear with me on this one. Okay, so let's see a couple iterations of the basic banana. Look at that thing, hook, gets downfield, takes a favorable bounce. That's kind of what we're looking to have that ball do. We want it to do all sorts of crazy stuff in the air because we don't want this and them to come catch it. We definitely don't want them to just catch it and return it. Preferably, we want one of these calls. That's a Peter call. That means they're not touching the ball. Let's say you're a little bit closer to the end zone, you don't want as much of a drive. Cock it sideways like this. That way I can get beneath the ball a little more. Let's see what that looks like. It's also very dry, so I have to keep wetting my fingers. Bounces over the fence because, of course, why wouldn't it? Let's try one more of those, see if I can't get it down a little bit more. This is maybe like a bit too extreme of a scenario to bring out this type of ball. Yeah, I drove that one again. Look at that thing hook. And also go over the fence. So, that's just, perfect. Muy bien, that's exactly what we're looking for. Play around with it a little bit. So we have an extreme wind. Another thing people will do with the banana ball, instead of hitting it straight and having it land outside the numbers, a lot of times people will kick at an extreme angle like this and try to have it hook back towards the middle of the field to also get the Peter call. Now, note, this way is directly into the wind because now the wind's switched and kind of blowing in my face. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway, see what it looks like. There you go. And as you can see there, if we can get the returner to shuffle to his right a little bit, he might have to hard plant, not want anything to do with the ball that's moving. Peter call it, and we got a pretty great bounce. Let's see if we can get a consistent bounce on the next two. Hooks, always moving. Nothing crazy on the bounce, but as you can see, it's still rolling down there. It's just coming to a stop right now. It got a nice little extra bounce on it. If you're kicking into a wind, not a terrible option. Now let's see how it compares to a spiral. As you can tell, now that we're kicking into a little bit of a headwind, it's a little harder for us to get the bounce that we want. Not always the best ball, especially if your returner is already being a little scared. This is for the high school, maybe some college guys. Every now and then you'll get a returner that just doesn't want anything to do with what you're doing. He might run up and catch a spiral. He's probably gonna stay away from the banana ball. So we're gonna do two more bananas, one left, one right. Let's call it. I hope you learned something, but I want you to see what these look like now. Perfect. Luckily it hit the fence, but that's going straight out of bounds. That is pure net yardage, and I can guarantee you no returner wants to touch that ball. The wind switched up again, so now it's going like this way. I'm not gonna hit the banana. We're gonna end on a spiral, but let's just see how that goes. There you go. Not a bad way to end. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Peace.